What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Brew Show, where we are drinking brews and talking about it. It is November 14th, 2018, and I've got joined with me, the Brew Crew. Joe, how you doing?
I'm actually doing fantastic, Charlie. Thanks for asking. I've been really growing the beard out. So hit up the comments down below and tell me what you think, all right? But anyways, you know, for any good beer, you got to have a good brew in order to keep it growing. So right now, I'm drinking Boulevard Whiskey Barrel Stout. So hold them high, drink them up, and let's stay stout, guys.
Good Lord. Alrighty. Very nice. Looks delicious. Let us know how that tastes. Roan, how you doing?
I'm good. Joe, if your beard was a lady, she would be well endowed. And I would give her a 10. I'd give her 10. I'm drinking the Temptress, the one and only. And I'm going to tell you a lot more about this bad beer a little bit later. Bad isn't good.
Very nice. And I'm over here drinking the... Oh my god, I forgot what it was called already. Harpoon. That's what it was. I've seen the name like 1,000 times. Harpoon Oktoberfest. Absolutely delicious. I haven't opened it yet, but you'll hear it here in a second. All right, moving on to our disclaimer.
The information provided on the show does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. Crypto Brew Show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Hashtag NAFAMU, not a financial advisor. My own opinions, you'll hear that plenty on the show. And of course, hashtag BYOB. We did you? Alrighty. Moving over to the state of the market. Oh man, we're not looking good, boys. We are not looking good. Global market cap sitting at 188 billion, 24-hour volume of 21 billion, and Bitcoin dominance just below 53% at 52.93%. Bitcoin sitting at the top, down to 57.36, down 12% in the week. And this just happened recently, by the way.
Ouch.
And then Ripple is XRP jumped Ethereum, sitting at number 2 at 47 cents, down 10.58%. 3 Ethereum, $181, down 16%. Bitcoin Cash with his fork, all the forks going on, $440, down 27.63%. Clearly, the miners cannot decide what they want to do with that, and everybody sees the uncertainty there. Hashtag NAFAMU. And of course, in at number 5, actually a new contender to number 5 here, Stellar at 23 cents, down only 8.83%. So it is performing the best out of the top 5 in the last week. So that is that. We're going to jump over to BitScreener with our gainers and losers. And I'm glad to see some gainers right now, Joe, because it's not looking good. What's going on?
Yeah, so we definitely do have some gainers up there, some really big numbers as well. Nasdaq coin up 182.12% in the past 24 hours. I don't know if that has any relation to the Nasdaq. Maybe they're putting it back into the market. Why? All right. But anyways, they're blowing things up out there in the market. We're down, and the fires are spreading high, and that's why we've got Pyrex coin up the top at 160.36% in the past 24 hours. And Extus, Edutane, something or the other. I don't know. The first time I read that, I thought it said Exitus. So that's what's going on in the market as well. But anyways, below that, we've got our losers. By that, I mean the entire market. But there are some that are worse off than others. Delizia, because they're delirious, they're down 40.71%. And Swisscoin down 40.08%. I know nothing about that coin, but maybe they're pulling out and they're going into crypto as they're seeing some for sale signs. All right, can we be real here? We got Bitcoin X down there as well, down 39.18%. And seriously, guys, hashtag NAFAMU to everything I just said.
Yes, we don't know financial advisors here. None to be found. Moving on to the crypto market heat map, and holy reversal of last week's market heat map. It is all red. If you're listening, you don't even need to look at it. It is 99% red. It's bleeding, and it's bleeding hard, and we just don't want to look at it anymore. So that is your market update there. Moving on.
Basically, hold on, Charlie. Basically, that heat map, man, it looks like a really crappy version of Christmas lights that you pull out of the box, and all of them are red, and there's like 3 green lights on it. Anybody had that happen? Dollar store special?
Dollar
right?
Tree, man.
Yeah, so that's basically what's going on with the heat map right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that analogy there. Moving on to market news. Headliners. Our first headline tonight comes from the SEC. SEC charges EtherDelta founder with operating an unregistered exchange.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh.
Breaking news. All right, guys. This is, I mean, we've kind of been waiting for this, right? Like, we've been waiting for the SEC to kind of take a stance, take a position. And what they're attacking right here, and kind of the theme of today's episode, is going to be decentralization and decentralized, decentralized operations, so to speak. So EtherDelta, if you're not familiar with it, is a ERC20 or Ethereum network-based exchange. It's completely decentralized. You can go in, hook it up with your wallet, drop your tokens, sell them, trade them, whatever, and then get back out, right? You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to make an account. Completely decentralized. And here the SEC has said, hey, I don't care if it's decentralized. We don't like it. And it does not specify like which coins the SEC identified as securities. Because in the past, the SEC has said that Ethereum is not a security, but that doesn't necessarily mean any ERC20 coin or token is not a security. So we'll see how this turns out. But to me, this is huge news. It's going to, speak a lot about the future of the SEC and crypto.
Well, I think to counter that, Ron, EtherDelta is actually located here in the States. Would you say that like some other news like this worldwide would be as epidemic as EtherDelta is right now in the United States?
So any exchange that makes itself available to U.S. citizens is held under the SEC's umbrella. So like if one person buys or invests in a fake ICO in the United States, then the SEC has a legal right to go after the ICO no matter what country they're in. And that falls with the securities offerings and all this other stuff.
That's fair. I mean, are we even that, one, surprised, and two, do we care? I mean, about EtherDelta. Not that we don't care about.
No, I don't care about EtherDelta at all. This, to me, I'm looking big picture at this news article.
No, yeah, the fact that SEC is going after decentralized exchanges is pretty interesting. But I guess it wasn't very decentralized, or it wasn't decentralized enough, since there is a founder of the company. So maybe the DAO exchange might be ripe for the pickings. Anyone want to do DAO exchange? All right. Anyway, that's an interesting article there. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the SEC decides to do. We'll definitely be following that article as it goes into, I was going to say fruition, but as it develops. Alrighty, moving on to our next article. This one comes from Medium. Why XRP will overtake Bitcoin. And we're going to start with you again, Ron, because our first little bullet point there is the flippening version 2.
The flippening is coming.
We've talked about the flippening before on a past show about Bitcoin and Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin, but now it's all about Ripple, all about utility versus store value. What are your thoughts?
So what I see this as, and by the way, hey, y'all saw the news earlier today, right? XRP overtook Ethereum again. Yep. So that's the second time that's happened recently. So what this article is talking about is Bitcoin is, first of all, it's more of a decentralized model, but as we've seen, these warehouses of mining machines have become centralized. So Bitcoin, as it grows, is actually losing its decentralized advantage. Whereas XRP Ripple is completely centralized, it's controlled by a company. But what this article is talking about is Ripple has contracts with actual, like, real federal banks, like Japan, for example. Their national bank is working with Ripple to make Ripple like actually functional in the real world. And I don't know, man. It is a little, especially with that big price drop we had in Bitcoin. Nafamu. This is just my opinion, but I don't know. I think that this article and this concept, it's pretty hefty. Like it holds some it's worth monitoring.
It's worth its salt. Joe,
There you go. I couldn't think of a way to finish.
too
that
many beers. Too many beers. What you got,
So-
Joe?
Damn Temptress.
But yeah, I mean, no matter how tempting your beer is, I have to say, Ripple, 60% of its shares still owned by the centralized aspect. All of the powers that be are the powers that be, and they're the ones that are invested in Ripple, and they're the ones that actually have like a successful partnership with them. Isn't that what cryptocurrency is all about? Is like getting rid of that and like really creating a centralized or decentralized structure for all of us to share wealth instead of just the minorities, those 10% at the top?
Yeah, man, and I agree 100% that like long term, that's what crypto is going to offer us. But we have 1 billion people unbanked in emerging markets. They don't even have a cell phone or internet access. They don't care about crypto because they don't even know what it is. They're just living day to day. They want to know where they're going to get a drink of water next week or whatever. And like, long term, all these people are eventually going to be in the worldwide global ecosystem. And that's where like crypto can take over, because right now we have to have a medium to jump from the current system and to get to where the anarchists want to be, so to speak.
So basically what you're saying is we need a necessary evil.
Yeah,
No,
for
okay.
now.
Well, there you go. That's actually what I was going to point to. One, I want to quickly point out, I don't think the short answer here is utility matters more than a store of value. I don't know if it matters more. I think that it definitely has a purpose. I don't necessarily agree that it matters more, but I think we could all agree that Ripple's going to stick around. I don't think it's going anywhere. If you want to invest in it, do what you do. Hashtag NAFAMU. You do you. But what?
I do have one more caveat to that. As far as just the Ripple aspect and the utility versus store of value, let's go back to the gold standard, when cash was actually based on an amount of gold that the government held. And since we pushed past that, we have inflation, we have overvalued things. Yeah, we do have an awesome society and economy right now that allows us to really push that value up for those things. But let's get back to basics. We don't need a $50,000 to $60,000 vehicle. I'm going to go out, I'm going to spend that $5,000 on the 1980s, 1990s Suburban. You know why? Because it still runs. So let's go to that. We're the basics.
Well,
You're not wrong, man.
let's
You're not wrong.
let's go ahead and all just agree that Ripple is just the redheaded stepchild in on the crypto space, and it's just,
I like that. I like that.
It's just
That is a
something.
great
She's
analogy.
kind of related to you, but you have to like her because she's related to you. But you just gotta deal with her. So we'll leave it there. Moving on to our next article here. This one comes from The Guardian. Facebook accused of censorship after hundreds of U.S. political pages purged Jeez, I've had too many beers.
You're
All right.
fired.
I'm fired. You're fired. What do we got here, Ron? Well, actually, first off, before I mention anything, why, you might be asking yourself, why do we have what seemingly might be a non-related crypto article on the Crypto Brew Show? Well, Ron will tell you right now why. Go, Ron. Tell him. Tell him.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Well, Facebook, it says that it's accused of censorship for U.S. political pages purged. So there are massive implications behind that, right? And you're saying, why crypto? Why is it even here? One, because if political pages are purged and censorship is actually happening, we're not going to get the political officials into the White House or into those political seats that we need in order to create change. The second thing is, if they're starting with political pages and they've already censored crypto once, who's to say that those pages are not going to be purged with the new regime or presidency? I don't know. I mean, those are some like really big words. I said regime. A lot of people are probably freaking out. I'm just saying there's a lot going on there. And hey, I'm Jewish, man. Crypto Crew Jew. Look at that. Look at that right there. See, there it is.
That's the worst kind of person, a Jew Nazi.
A Jew Nazi? I'm like Dave Chappelle, but Jewish, right? You know, Jewish and, you know, white power. But anyways, that's not at all the way I am, by the way. Not at all the case.
That we're completely joking.
But yeah, so I mean, that's just the thing with the Facebook censorship, and that's what's going on. Be scared, people.
I don't know.
Look here.
Go,
Look
Ron.
here.
Go.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on a
Y'all,
minute.
everyone, get your pitchforks. We need to protest. We need to go up to the Facebook, their main barn, and with our pitchforks and burn them out. All right. Look, this is actual, and I actually did extensive research into this because I'm not going to look at one news source and go, oh, okay, that happened. No, like this is especially something as important as this. So this is actually like real censorship happening. Okay, because guess what? Facebook and Twitter, it's a company, they're a private company, so they can do whatever they want. It is not free speech. It should be, but because it's social media, but it's not. It's controlled. And I don't know, I can't speak on like X number of these groups or whatever. I can tell you for sure 4 of these groups that were muted and deleted, they are actual real news reporting the things that your network news doesn't put on there. They're known as anti-media. There's a lot of fake anti-media out there, so you have to be careful. But this is real shit that they're not putting on the news. The whole Keystone Pipeline stuff, that started on anti-media and alt-media platforms like these.
Yep, fair enough.
So basically, what everyone's saying is watch us while you can, and when you can't, we'll be on pirate radio.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, they do have there are social media sites, decentralized social media sites coming out. There's one called Minds. I'm sure more viewers have probably heard of Gab since it's been in the news.
Dude, and Steam.
And Steam it is one as well. Gab is a decentralized Twitter. Minds is kind of like a decentralized Facebook, and Steam it is like a blog medium. It's like a decentralized medium, I guess.
And we also have a decentralized news network too. They're going to be popping up and like really bringing out some news sources there too. It's one more to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're reading this article, you should definitely be concerned because this has been happening a lot. This is not the first time it's happened. It's not the last. So, as Roan said, make sure you do your research and figure out what's going on because things are getting censored.
And if you didn't know, them censoring groups was also not on the network news.
Oh yeah, of course not. All right, moving on to our next article here. This one comes from computerweekly.com. Thailand's Democratic Party holds election with blockchain. Oh man. The first The main opposition political party, Democrat Party, has become the first in the world to use blockchain technology in a live e-voting system involving more than 120,000 members. I know we talked about this on a recent episode. Jojo, what are your thoughts? I mean, we got a live use case. It's happening. Blockchain, voting, security. I don't know, that's all I got. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually pretty awesome, man, because we talked about the Coinbase system that's here in the States that allows veterans and their families to vote while they're abroad or, whatever. I think that's really cool that Thailand is just really taking it upon themselves and really pushing this out there in the forefront and making it happen. I think there are going to be a lot of other political systems out there that move to that. Like, not to poke fun on late night television that I used to watch, but Conan O'Brien used to look like the president of Finland. And the president of Finland actually got voted in from mail-in ballots. I think, Finland, if you're hearing this, I think crypto may be your source too. There's a lot of snow countries out there that they can't travel to the poles. Why make them travel? Satellite dishes are everywhere. Let's go ahead and just allow them to vote from home. I think that's the best circumstance that we have out there.
Yep, 100%. What are your thoughts,
Yeah,
Ray?
I agree. And for for those of you that are still holding your pitchforks, I know I got you riled up for a second there. Your fire's still smoldering now. I'm going to pick it back up here. Did you know that this now makes Thailand more advanced in their elections than the United States of America?
My pitchfork just grew an extra pitch. Now it has 5 forks on it. And they're all coming for you.
Oh, Lord. All right. From me. Well, anyways, very cool. By the way, this was on the Zcoin blockchain. So pretty cool. That one's a privacy coin. So there was a lot of privacy going on, encryption, and only being able to be accessed under certain circumstances. Read the article. Super interesting, super exciting stuff going on. Moving on to our last article today is from Crypto Globe. New Russian cryptojacking malware adapts to users' machines, says report. So, this is happening a lot, guys. Plenty of crypto malware. They take control of your computer, your GPU, your CPU, and they just run it night and day to mine cryptocurrency without your knowledge. What are your thoughts, Joe, on this happening? And do you have any suggestions to viewers to make sure that doesn't happen to them?
All right, so I'm going to give you a question, and it relates to error ID 10. If anyone knows what ID 10 stands for, that is idiot error. And that is because you're not rebooting your system. So the number one question is, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily work in this kind of situation. But, Ron, what are your thoughts on this article?
I mean, it's interesting that it's Russia or Russian cryptojacking with all the, Russia being in the news for all the crazy hacking and manipulation and whatnot. I mean, this is just one of those things. Just be careful. And like in all seriousness, me not, not trying to be a fanboy, but I mean, this is, if you can use Mac or OS X or whatever, I mean, it is safer as far as these type of things, but I don't know if you can run all your crypto through OS X. I kind of doubt it.
You hear that, hackers? I think he just challenged you.
Hashtag fanboy.
Bring it on.
All right. Well, there is a nice graphic there of what your CPU should look like when everything's fine. It's pretty easy to spot this kind of malware in your system. Your system fans will be running max speed, and if you go into your task manager, that utilization will be 100%. GPU, CPU will be at 100%. They'll be max. When you just turn on your computer, all of a sudden, they'll be at max speed for no reason, you not doing anything. If that is happening to your computer, you need to check out what's going on, because there might be some people mining cryptocurrency on your behalf. So be safe out there and don't click on random links. That's all.
And make sure you don't have your private key stored on your computer.
Yeah.
Paper wallets, people. Crypto hardware wallets, paper wallets, all those things. Get them. Get them. All
Speaking of that, we got a giveaway. Stay tuned.
Oh, we got a special giveaway that has to do.
Hit them with it, Charlie. Hit them with it. What do we got?
Well, this is kind of off the cuff here, but we do have a giveaway coming up soon. We have actually a review and a giveaway of the Jupiter crypto hardware wallet. So stay tuned. That's all I'm going to give you. That's all the hint I'm going to give you. All right.
Is that the Jupiter wallet?
Hi-yo.
Not quite. Jupiter with the B. So, anyway, stay tuned.
Jubiter. Jupiter.
That is it. That is it. So, stay tuned. We'll give you that. Ron, you drinking something over there? What are you drinking? I think it's
got a little something.
The Temptress. Tell us about the Temptress.
So this is Lakewood Brewing. This is actually a local beer, Texas beer. So this is called the Temptress. It's a stout beer, dark beer. It's an imperial milk stout, so that means it's kind of like got some creaminess to the. I don't know. It's got it just like flows really good. So it's really complex flavor. It's 9.1% alcohol, which is great because you have one beer and you're feeling good, you're relaxed, whatever. When I taste this, I actually get like a little bit of cherry. I don't get any chocolate out of this at all, and even though that's in the description. But it's a warm beer. It's not too harsh or hard. It's just smooth, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of like caramel flavor almost. And honestly, like this is one of those beers that I love to drink warm. Like I don't need to throw it in the fridge. I think it's great just like it is.
Yep.
So
go ahead.
So what you're saying is you don't like it hard and you like creamy stuff going into your mouth. You
had to go there.
It tastes like cherries.
I compliment your beard, and you come back with this.
We're gonna pivot. Pivot. I do have a good question for you, though. I have to ask:
Bring it on.
Your beer is
this beer?
Yes. Is she voluptuous with a soft alcohol warmth that grows deeper with every sip? Do you take your time with her?
And for sure.
Reward you? Does she reward you for that time?
You take your time.
This is
that's
all I need to know.
It's that magical night you dreamed about when you were 13 years old. That's what this beer is.
I think if she gets deeper, boys, she's probably not a guy. All right? It's sad.
Hey, we will keep thinking about it. Va-va-voom! Also, real quick, I like the fact that it pairs well with robust blue cheese, dark chocolate, and sin.
Dirty Temptress.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, that was the Temptress from Lakewood Brewing Company. They're out of Garland, Texas. It is an imperial milk stout sitting at a hefty 9.1% alcohol by volume. So if you see it in your stores, give it a go, drink responsibly, and enjoy it. Going on to our question of the last week. What number will Tether be on the top 100 coins by market cap? I said 12, Rowan said 11, and Joe was sitting at 10, and Tether was 9 this week, probably because of what's going on with the market. Hashtag NAFMU, do your own research. But we'll give it to Joe. Joe, what do you have to say about yourself? You've been taking home quite a few virtual brews lately.
Down.
I think I'm actually doing rather well for myself, and my beer content shows it today. 11.8% alcohol by volume. But anyways, you may be asking yourself, why am I drinking out of a fancy little tiny snifter? This is a big Texas beer fest, snifter, and that's coming around in March. So if you're in Texas and you like beer,
Crypto
check it
Brew
out.
Show will be there.
Also,
Where's
vendors
your
of
pinky
beer, vendors of beer, let us know. We may describe some beers on our show
There you go.
for you
Why's your pinky up? That's
Oh,
what I
God.
want to know.
All right.
because it's delightful.
At Crypto Brew Show on Twitter, Facebook,
Touche.
YouTube, all the places. All right. Our question of this week, will we, because of the market conditions and what's happening, will we see a $5,000 Bitcoin again within the next week before next week's show? Let us know your answer in the comments below. But first, we want to hear from Joe. Joe, $5,000 Bitcoin, hashtag NAFMU, of course. But what do you think?
I mean, we've hit that 200 barrier. So I think since we've hit that, man, I don't know. I feel really bad about this, but I think it's going to go lower. I think we're going to have another dip. So yeah, I think we're going to go below $5,000 again.
Interesting, Roan.
Yeah, I share your sentiments, man. I'm right there with you. It's not, and you know, if you go back, we just follow the trend of the year. So yeah, I think it's going down.
All right, fair enough.
NAFMU.
Yes.
NAFMU.
All the NAFMUs. I am going to say no for this week up until next show. I think we hold. There's plenty of resistance going on from here down to 5. So I'm going to say we don't actually go below 5. Will we see 5 on the dot? No, not this week. We could rehash this next week, but this week I say no. We do not see a $5,000 Bitcoin, and that is a.
Was that a crypto joke, man? Rehash? I thought you were against immutability.
Hey, I like to keep my puns to myself. All right.
Sounds like you're accusing us of having weak hands. That's what it sounds like.
Hey, no one's saying you're selling. You should be buying all the way down. Hashtag NAFMU. NAFMU. Holy NAFMU. Man, we got a lot of NAFMUs in this one. All right. Anyway, let us know your answer in the comments down below. Will we see a $5,000 Bitcoin again before next week's show? All righty. That is the show, guys. Any last minute comments? Jojo, what do you got?
Yeah, it's No Shave November, so make sure that you keep it voluptuous. And it's also stout weather season, so
Stout season.
Oh yeah.
Keep it stout here, guys.
Fair enough. Rowan, what you got?
There's only one thing you need to know. As the weather goes south, gets cold, that's the Temptress. Will keep you warm and keep you company. Check it out, guys. We'll catch you next time.
There we go. She will keep you warm and she will keep you comfy. Alrighty, guys. This has been the Crypto Brew Show. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below for more show. We appreciate all you guys out there watching and viewing. We got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned and keep us on your ear? Eyeball? Ear? I don't know.
Inside, in your head.
Keep
on your mind.
Keep us in your glass.
As the cool kids say, keep us on fleek.
We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Peace.